Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Tuesday. All right, guys. So yesterday was Memorial Day, so we kind of just did the live where I was so happy because you guys got to see Jason. You knew that he wasn't put into a dungeon. You knew that I didn't bury him in a basement. So that made me really, really happy. Otherwise, aside from that, we went to a pool and I got like burnt like a mother. So you can see, I even have a hat line. And Jason said, "Look at your tan line on your forehead. That's because you wear a hat." And I was like, "Yeah, I don't really need you to put two and two together for me. Thank you. But I love you." So, with that, guys, we're back to talk about Salt Lake City and a little bit of New Jersey. But before we do, if you haven't already, go ahead, smash the like button, show some love. Don't forget to get subscribed if you're not subscribed. Hit that notification bell. And I think let's jump right in. All right, guys. So before we jump right into it, I did want to say thank you to everybody who is always asking me about my skin. Aside from my tan line on my forehead, it's not really me. So if you guys are new to the Up and Adams family, all you have to do is just go check out my blooming. I'm putting the link in the description. But this little guy has microcurrents, and they lift, illuminate, rejuvenate your skin. You can hear it. It sounds like a little massage. It's like ah. We love it. But what it does is it takes away my double chin. It takes away the inflammation when I travel, everything. So this guy goes everywhere with me. If you guys are not familiar, normally it's $300. But if you click on my link in the description, also posted in the comment section, all you have to do is just click on the link and you get $200 off. And if you don't love it, and if it doesn't reduce your double chin and do everything that I'm saying, the best part is Blooming will give you 100% of your money back. So I think that is a company that I can definitely get behind. Now, with that, I wanted to talk about this because this is interesting. Now, we've been talking about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City for quite some time, but Britani Bateman, obviously, you guys know her. She's the one who's always singing and doing whatever she wants to do. Well, she's facing a civil lawsuit. That was filed on May 6th, and it's by her former mother-in-law, Sandra Underwood. And this woman is 87 years old, but she's alleging that Britani misused $100,000 that she had deposited into the family trust for personal benefit, and she refused to pay the funds despite requests. It kind of like brings me to the point where I want to ask, what happened? Like, how do you guys get yourself in these situations? Like what? Britani Bateman. Okay, we're questioning you about $100,000. And then we also have the new girl. Fuck, I forgot her name. But also questioning her about fraud charges. And it's kind of like, are we not doing background checks on these people? Are we not looking into them? I almost blame casting at this point, but then I kind of also think like, well, it's not just casting. Like, these women are clearly clever at hiding shit that they don't want people to know about. So, on top of that, background of the trust, just to get through everything. The Integrity Trust, by the way, was established in 2019 by her father, Melvin Merrill Martin, with her and her late mother as trustees. So, Underwood is claiming that she was persuaded by Bateman to deposit $100,000 from the sale of her home into the trust with the understanding that she could withdraw the funds at any time. She also contributed an additional $200,000 into the trust, intending to build a home on Bateman's property. But when it comes to the legal claims, Underwood's lawsuit accuses Britani Bateman of willfully, maliciously, and through intentional fraudulent conduct, converting the funds for her own use. Like, you cannot write this shit. Now, despite a letter sent in March of 2025 requesting the return of the $100,000, Bateman has not responded, and Underwood is seeking a repayment of the $100,000 with interest, attorney's fees, and also potentially up to 3 times the amount of her losses. Now, for Britney, she claimed that her ex-husband, John Scott Underwood, drained her joint bank accounts and excluded her from their shared business ventures. So the couple, they divorced back in October of 2023 after over 6 years of marriage, previously co-owned several businesses, including Starwood Group, Pure Productions, and Mill Creek Builders. But Brittany also accused John of, having, I guess, controlling behavior during their marriage, including dictating her personal appearance and demanding sex multiple times a day. And his attorney has denied all of these allegations, labeling them as a part of a pattern of false and exaggerated claims. Um, Listen, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, well, one's right and one's wrong. We don't know who's right. We don't know who's wrong. However, if you take money from somebody, right, you kind of got to pay it back. It's not you kind of like, I'm being really, really nice. You got to pay it back. I think that if she literally willfully took $100,000 from her mother-in-law and her mother-in-law deposited that into her bank account, then yeah, girl, you owe the woman back her money. So I'm sure we're going to see this play out on The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Maybe not, because I know that they're done filming. So we'll find out. Now, with that, I'm going to bring you a little bit of Jersey tea. Here we go.
I remember my
By the way, thank you to Taste of Reality.
mom was like hysterically crying on the floor. Like she was like so upset. And it was weird because I remember even Dave saying he had such an expensive watch on.
Mhm.
They didn't take his watch. They didn't take anything. They didn't take any of their belongings. The only thing they took was your mom's beautiful engagement ring that she was literally showing me that day. It was the moon and the star, right?
Yeah.
And she was so happy about it because, you know, she's so into the holistic approach and spiritual.
It was a beautiful ring and he put so much effort into it.
And I remember that was the only thing they took. So it was a crime with intent.
Yeah.
It was went in there to get something. So it wasn't like, oh, okay, we're going to rob them because we know they have this, this, and that, and we're trying to make a quick buck. Like, no. They went for the ring and they left. Anybody else hearing that, how could you think any differently? Your whole article about don't poke the bear, it really is true. You are the bear. And that whole thing was just
Really
such a
smart.
moving message.
Mm.
If you want to, you know, explain to people how you are the bear and how it's just fear.
I lived in fear for so long and I was silenced by my fear, by upsetting anyone in my family, by angering him and provoking him to do something, and I lived in that fear until really recently. Once I sat in the courtroom and I understood that I was the bear. He was the one, you know, about to go away for the things he did. My family were the ones that were embarrassed by the things that they did. And why should I fear them? They should fear me. I mean, the things that I've come out and I've said in that letter and like things I've said today in the podcast, they might feel like big things to say, but I could go on for days about what I could say about all these people, and I still don't.
You
I
still
like to
reserve
have
yourself.
respect.
Ultimately, though, you're just speaking your truth,
Mhm.
and you're also speaking about your belongings.
Exactly.
You weren't asking them to do anything astronomical.
No.
You were simply asking them, can you please help me get my things back? And that was the only time that you ever contacted.
You know what's wild is the fact that to be honest with you, both of these girls are so incredibly, like, I think that they had to grow up so quick. They're so smart, you know? And I know that a lot of people will sit there and they'll go against Gia, they'll go against Dina Manzo, and they'll say, oh, well, these girls are privileged. It's like, yes, they do live a very privileged life. However, I don't think that that means that you can take away what the girls have been through. And that's my opinion. But I want to hear what you guys think. Guys, pop off in the comment section, please. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. And we'll see you in a little bit. Love you guys.